Hello dear students, let's start a revision of the map of India, and very quickly I will show you how you will going to mark and label the things on the map of India. So first thing, it's all given in your book, all the maps and the things which is given. So all of you just look this video and you also open your book and the same map you just open it, and whatever the some changes if it will be there, I will tell you. You also do the change in your map. So here the first map is, this map shows you about the two things. First is the Tropic of Cancer we are going to see, and the second is the Indian Standard Time. So first of all is the Indian Standard Time. So how you will mark the Indian Standard Time? So if you see here this map, these maps actually will be given with the rivers. So here if you see here, this first river is river Yamuna and second one is Ganga, and they meet here at Allahabad. This is Sangam. Sangam is in Allahabad. So this point actually will mark this first point here where the two rivers meet. Now here you can be very confused, because if you see here, this is one more river, this is Gomti river meeting here Ganga. You don't have to take this point, but you have to see, you should be very careful that you should take the point where the Yamuna and Ganga meets here. So this is the first point. Second point you will mark here, this the border of this outline map. This is map of Sri Lanka. So this is the second point, and just meeting these 2 points, this the boundary line of Sri Lanka, and here this Allahabad. You just draw one straight line from the bottom straight up to the top. Now as you draw this line, already it will go through the third point. In the book it is given B point. Now this is the mouth of river Godavari. Automatically it will go through. So you need to just mark 2 points here, the boundary of Sri Lanka and the two rivers, river Ganga, Yamuna meets here, and you just draw the line. Now sometimes because of the map there is maybe some problem of the map, and when you draw this map in the examination, maybe the line will be not so straight. Now don't worry about it. You don't have to see about it. Only you have to see this point and these two. The first point, this is very important point. This is Yamuna Ganga meets here, Allahabad. This point will be, you have to meet with this boundary of Sri Lanka. So this is the standard meridian. Now second is this Tropic of Cancer. As you will see here, the Tropic of Cancer is slightly curved line. So you should be very careful. Don't draw a straight line. It is slightly curved. But when you draw it, which point you need to mark? Now you just mark in your map, in your book also you can do this thing. The first thing you need to check is here, this is Gujarat. In geographical language we call it the nose of Gujarat. Now when this point you will mark here, so you should be very careful that when you mark this point, actually it should be slightly below this, the border of Pakistan. You shouldn't touch Pakistan, so slightly below this point. So here the first point you will mark here 1 point. This is the first point. Second point, when you will see here, this line as it goes, it doesn't touches this water body. This is the Gulf of Kutch, so it is not touching this. As it touches here, it can be wrong, so slightly it is up. So you just mark it 1 more point here, 1 dot here. Another one you have to see, this shouldn't touch, this is river Narmada, so it shouldn't touch Narmada. Slightly above the Narmada you just mark another point, 1 more dot here. Third one, if you see here, this is a river, this is Damodar river, and this is a tributary, this is river Swarnarekha, and it is just touching slightly the river Swarnarekha. So this you can mark the 4th point. And the 5th point, if you see here, these are this is Tripura and this is Mizoram, and this part actually is part of Bangladesh, and this line it crosses in such a way that it crosses Tripura, some part of Bangladesh, and here Mizoram. So you should be very careful. So this line also you can mark it, and then by the free hand from here you just draw one line, not with the scale, free hand, meeting these points. First point, second point, third point, fourth point, and this is the fifth point, and this is a slightly curved line you draw, and this is Tropic of Cancer. So this is how you will mark the Tropic of Cancer. Now let's move to the another map, and this map is this mountains and the plateaus of India. So look here, one by one, let me just show you. Now first of all, the first is the Himalaya. So you will find here, this is the first line. This is the, because Himalaya actually have three ranges, parallel ranges. First is the first one is the Himadri, second is the Himachal, and the third one is the Shivalik. So when you draw this first one, look here, these ranges, they are the curved up to from Jammu and Kashmir up to Arunachal Pradesh. You have to draw this many lines first, then another parallel to it, many ranges you have to show, and another one below here also, many small ranges you have to show between the rivers. So this is Himadri, second one is Himachal, third one is Shivalik. Now Shivalik is only half of the Nepal, only up to here, from here Jammu and Kashmir up to the mid part of Nepal. So these are the, this is how you will mark the Himalayas or Himalayan range. Second one is the Karakoram range. Now what is, how you will show the Karakoram range? So look here. So Karakoram, to show Karakoram actually what you will do, now this line you will see here, dark line you have to draw here. This is the river Indus, parallel to this river Indus you draw this line. This is Karakoram range, and you write here Karakoram range. Now third one is Aravalli. Aravalli is in Rajasthan. Now look, this is the river Chambal, and when you draw this river Aravalli range, you will see it is parallel to Chambal. So from Chambal it is closer, but from the western boundary it is farther, not at a midway. So you have to see this, check it. It is, this distance is long, but here it is closer. So this is the midway. So you have to draw this like this, parallel to river Chambal, Aravalli range. Fourth one is Vindhyas. How you will draw the Vindhya? Now this river, if you see here, this is Narmada river. River Narmada is here. Vindhya is just parallel to river Narmada. Look here, just above river Narmada. This is Vindhya ranges. But when you draw this range, you should be very, very careful that it shouldn't touch neither river Narmada nor river Chambal and Betwa. Look here, the starting point of river Chambal and Betwa, this is not touching. So you should be very, very careful. You have to draw this range in such a way that it shouldn't touch the origin of Chambal and Betwa, neither river Narmada. Very carefully you have to mark it. This is Vindhya range. Now the fifth one is Kaimur. So if you see here, Kaimur is just below river Son. This is river Son, and this is Kaimur, and you should see here it is not touching river Son. So just below river Son, this is Kaimur hills, Kaimur range. Seventh one is the Satpura range. Now if you see here, Satpura lies between river Narmada and between river Tapi. There lies Satpura range. Now the seventh one is the Western Ghat. So when you draw the Western Ghat, look here on the western margin, as you draw this line, right? So you draw from here up to here, right? No, this is the extension. This is actually Annamalai hills and Cardamom hills. It is not the Western Ghat. So Western Ghat actually is starting from here only up to here, where I am showing by this pointer, right? So up to here only, this is Western Ghat. Only up to here you will draw. So when you draw this, you should be very, very careful, because you will see here it is not touching the origin of river Krishna, neither Tungbhadra nor river Kaveri. So it's not touching. So this is Western Ghat. Now next is the Eastern Ghat. Now Eastern Ghat, you have to draw two lines, but it is very, very far from the coast. Look here. First is between Kaveri and Krishna, this one. Second is between Godavari and Mahanadi. It's very, very far. You should be very, very careful. This is Eastern Ghat. Now the next one, the ninth one is the Nilgiri Hills. How you will draw the Nilgiri? Now in the book actually you will see here, you have to do the slight correction here. So you just do it here. You just mark here. This is the, just draw on this line only one line, not the parallel one, only one dark line. This is Nilgiris. You do the change there in your map. This is Nilgiris. Okay, by red I have shown here. This is only one line, don't need to draw the two lines. Okay, this is Nilgiris. Now next is the Chota Nagpur Plateau. So as you can see here, this is Chota Nagpur Plateau, right? Very small, but you can make it slightly bigger. So slightly bigger, this is Chota Nagpur Plateau. You can do the change. Now next is the, after Chota Nagpur, Malwa Plateau. So between Chambal and Betwa, here just above the Vindhya range, this is Malwa Plateau. So you can mark it, you can slightly make it bigger also. So this is Malwa Plateau. Then the next one, 12th one is the Deccan Plateau. So look here, already it is shown here Deccan Plateau, right? Below river Tapi. So as it is marked here, it is right. This is the Deccan Plateau. Next one is the K2. So look here, K2 is given here near the Karakoram range. It is K2, like this one triangle you have to mark. This is K2. Kanchenjunga is here on the border of Nepal and Sikkim. Kanchenjunga. And Thar Desert, you have to mark this region. So this is the Thar Desert, only this much only. This is the Thar Desert, western boundary of India. So these are the different important mountains and plateaus and the Thar Desert I shown you. Now next let's see here about the passes. Now some of the things have been omitted, but I am just telling you everything, right? And afterwards I will explain you the things which have been omitted from the board examination. But as we are having the time, so I am just showing you everything in the book so that you don't have any confusion. So look here, these are the two passes. Now first is here is Karakoram Pass, and in Sikkim here, as it is shown here, this is Nathula Pass. As it is drawn here, you have to draw same way. This is Nathula Pass on the border of Sikkim and China. This is Karakoram on the border of India and China. So these are the two passes in your book. Now next one is the plains. Now first of all is the Indo-Gangetic plain, as it is shown here. Look here with the orange color. The same way from Punjab up to the border of Bangladesh, that is West Bengal, up to the mouth of river Ganga, that is river Hooghly river it is. So you have to show this region as a Indo-Gangetic plain. Now next is the coastal region. In coastal region, first of all you have to mark about the Konkan coast. Now how you will mark the Konkan coast? Look here, you do the correction in your book as it is given here. You need to do some correction, so just mark it. So this is actually, this is up to in the Maharashtra. This is called Konkan coast. Even the this Goa also is taken. So Maharashtra and Goa, this coastal plain, this is how you have to mark. You have to shade this whole region, right? What I have marked here in the book, right? This is Konkan coastal plain, right? Second, in Karnataka. Now here this is in Karnataka. I'm just shading it. It is called Canara coastal plain. And in Kerala, it is called Malabar coastal plain. So in Maharashtra, so look here, in Maharashtra and Goa it is Konkan coastal plain. In Karnataka it is called Canara coastal plain, and in Kerala it is Malabar coastal plain. Now in Tamil Nadu and Andhra, so between Kaveri and Krishna, this region you mark it as Coromandel coast. Only this region. This is very broad. You have to see this is very broad. So between Kaveri and Krishna, you just mark in your book, it is Coromandel coast. And between Godavari and Mahanadi, this is Northern Sarkar coastal plain. So these are the 5 coastal plain: Konkan, Canara, Malabar, Coromandel and Northern Sarkars in your syllabus, and one plain, Indo-Gangetic plain. Next we are going to see some water bodies. So first of all, the Gulf of Kutch. So look here, this is Gulf of Kutch, you can shade it. This is the Gulf of Khambhat, by arrow it is shown, you can shade also. Then here this one is Gulf of Mannar, you can shade it. And this narrow water body is called Pak Strait. This water body joins Bay of Bengal and Indian Ocean, right? This is Indian, this side it is Indian Ocean. So this narrow water body joining Bay of Bengal and Indian Ocean, this is called Pak Strait. So you can shade it. Next is, this is a small lake here, Chilika Lake. And here, this is Andaman and Nicobar Island, and this side of water body is called Andaman Sea. This side it is Bay of Bengal, but so this Andaman Nicobar Island divides the two sea. Andaman separates Andaman Sea from Bay of Bengal. So this side it is Bay of Bengal, this side of the island it is Andaman Sea. So you have to mark, and you can shade it also, this whole region here, this side, and this is where this you can shade it and you can mark it as Andaman Sea. This is Andaman Sea. Now next is the Vular Lake. So you can see here in Srinagar on this river Jhelum, there lies a small lake, Vular Lake. So these are some water bodies in your syllabus, you need to know. Now next is the rivers. So let's see here, the first of all, the Indus river and its tributaries. Now how you will remember it? So the first river, as you can see, this is river Indus. Below river Indus it is Jhelum. Second is Chenab. Third is Chenab. And here next is the Ravi and the river Beas and Satluj. From below if you see here, this is Satluj river. The river Satluj drains where? In Indus. Then second one above Satluj is Beas, drains where? In river Satluj. Third one is river Ravi. It is not Ravi, we call it Ravi. So river Ravi starts from here and it goes and drains where? In Satluj. Now this is river Chenab, starts from here and it goes here and it drains where? In river Ravi. And this is Jhelum, it drains where? In Chenab. So same way you have to mark these rivers. From below you can remember the name, you can learn the name. First is the from below Satluj, Beas, Ravi, Chenab and Jhelum. These are the 5 rivers and they forms this plain called Punjab, river, land of 5 rivers, and it drains where? In river Indus. Next is Ganga and its tributaries. So if you find here, there are the 2 types of rivers. First, flowing from the north. Second, flowing from the south. They also drain in the main river Ganga. Ganga is here. This is the main river Ganga, drains here. But when it comes here in West Bengal, it bifurcates in 2 divisions. One as Hooghly in West Bengal, and one as goes in Bangladesh. So we are going to see here. Now how you will remember learn the name. So if you see here, the first river is Yamuna, second is Ganga, third is Gomti, fourth one is Ghagra, fifth one is Gandak, and sixth one is Kosi. So in this way you just learn the name number wise. First is Yamuna, so you have to remember first one is Yamuna, second is Ganga, third is Gomti, Ghagra, Gandak and Kosi. Then below also the first one is Chambal, Betwa and Son, only 3 main rivers. Chambal, this is Betwa and Son. So you learn the name. And here the only one river is here, right? It is river Damodar. Now this is only one river, river Brahmaputra. So these are the rivers in the North India. Now let's see in the South India. In the Central India, first of all, river Narmada and Tapi flowing from east to west. Then now we're going to see the river flowing from west to east. Now here first is the river Mahanadi. Here next, second is the river Godavari. Then river Krishna. Tungbhadra is a tributary of Krishna. And the last one is river Kaveri. So you need to only just go through this map again and again, and then only you will able to recognize, you can keep these rivers in your mind. Now next one is the direction of the southwest monsoon. So how you have to mark it? As you can see here, the arrows are drawn here, right? So this arrow shows southwest monsoon winds of Bay of Bengal branch. It can be asked, draw southwest monsoon of Bay of Bengal branch, then you draw only this arrow. If it asks southwest monsoon of Arabian Sea, then you have to draw this arrows. So you have to be very, very careful. These arrows shows Bay of Bengal branch, these arrows Arabian Sea branch. Next one, we are going to see about the retreating southwest monsoon. Now this arrows you have to only mark in Bay of Bengal. Check it, it is not in the Arabian Sea. Only you have to mark the arrows in Bay of Bengal. Now second is the northeast monsoon. Northeast monsoon, when you draw the same way as the retreating monsoon, but here one arrow is deflecting. This you have to show, right? Just to differentiate it. Okay. And even in the north, if you see, they are blowing from, these winds are blowing from west to east. So they are the same way as you have to show this retreating monsoon, you have to also show the northeast monsoon by the same type of arrows. Now next we are going to see about some of the important minerals. Now first of all, the Digboi. As you can see, one dot is here, right, in Assam, very, very close to river Brahmaputra. Not very close, neither very far, so you have to be very careful. This is Digboi. Second one is Jharia. Jharia is the biggest coal field, so it is very, very close to the Damodar river. This is Swarnarekha, so very, very close. In fact, it is forming one triangle here, look here. So this is Jharia, and just below Jharia there is a Simbhum. But when you mark the Simbhum, you should be very, very careful that you shouldn't mark it very below, otherwise you will be going to mark it in Odisha, because Simbhum is in Jharkhand, so neither very close nor very far. So you should be you should be accurate in this thing. Next is the Mumbai High. Now as it is shown here in your book, it is shown very, very far actually. Now here you do some correction here, bring it some slightly close here. Now this is the Mumbai High. It is not so far. Now it is slightly close, not very good close, but it is here. So slight change you have to do in your map. Now next one is the the soils. This is alluvial soils. So you can find here so many soils are given here. This is Indo-Gangetic plain, this is Brahmaputra plain. You have to show this region as alluvial soil, and another one on the mouth of the river. On the mouth of these rivers, Krishna and Godavari together, you can show this region as a alluvial soil region. Mahanadi also on the mouth, also Kaveri also on the mouth. So only on the mouth you have to show, not the whole coastal region. So this change you have to do only on the mouth, mouth of the river. You have to show the alluvial soil region, so not the whole region. Okay, you should be very careful. This change you have to do. Next is the laterite soil. Now you can see so many laterite soil region, but the common thing you can remember, this is the first one. This one is the summit of Western Ghats. So the whole Western Ghat region you can show here as a laterite soil region, and summits of Eastern Ghat also here. These areas you can show. Another one here in Meghalaya also, northern part of Meghalaya you can show in the North India. So you don't need to show everything. So you can remember in North India, you can remember this region, northern part of Meghalaya. In South India, the Western Ghat region. So that can be sufficient, because only one area will be asked. Now next one is the black soil region. Now the first black soil region is the central part of Gujarat. This region actually is called Kathiawar Peninsula. In the central part of this Kathiawar Peninsula, there you can show black soil region. Another black soil region, actually it is given so big. Now it is not wrong actually, but the pure black soil is found where? Below this Tapi river, you can mark this region, right? The same region of the Deccan Plateau you can mark as a black soil region, where the pure black soil is found. Otherwise the outer part, the black soil is found but mixed with the other soils. So the same Deccan Plateau also can be shown as a black soil region. Next is the red soil. Now for this red soil, this is a very big region is shown here. A slight change you can do. Now here from the river Kaveri, right, a slight belt, look here, I am just marking this up to here Chota, this Damodar, up to the Damodar river, Kaveri to Damodar, you can mark this one thin belt, not so broad belt. So just do the one change here, right. So this is the red soil region, main belt. Another region you can show here in the northeast India. The whole region can be shown, only Assam is left here, and northern part of Meghalaya, because it is a laterite soil region, and this is alluvial soil region. So Assam, alluvial soil region, northern Meghalaya, this is laterite soil region. You don't have to show, otherwise this is whole, all the states they are having red soil. Another important belt is found in the central part of this Rajasthan. The whole Aravalli range can be shown. So these are the three distinct belts of the red soil. Now let me show you some important cities. So first of all, if you see here, the Srinagar is on river Jhelum. So very careful on river Jhelum. This is Srinagar. Chandigarh, if you show here, the central part here, just above Delhi here. Delhi is here, right, on the bank of river Yamuna, and Chandigarh is here. So you should be very careful on the border of this Himachal and Punjab, right. There is this Chandigarh on the border of Himachal, Punjab and Haryana. So this is Chandigarh. Now next is the Allahabad, is on the two river meets, Ganga and Yamuna, at Sangam. Now for the Kolkata, if you see here, there is slight V type of structure. This is a small bay, and the head of this bay, it is Kolkata. So you have to be very careful. You can check it in your book also. So on the mouth of this head of this small bay, V type of structure, this is Kolkata. Now Visakhapatnam is coastal city, and if you just see the distance from the Godavari central part, it is almost 1 centimeter. So by scale 1 centimeter you can mark it Visakhapatnam. Now Hyderabad, if you see here, Hyderabad is between Godavari and Krishna, but if you see here, from Godavari it is slightly closer, but from Krishna it is slightly farther. So you should be very careful, not at the center, but you have to slightly closer to Godavari. Now Bangalore, if you see here, if you look here, from this point it is straight here, right, and from here also, right. So this you can remember it, this is Bangalore. Now Mumbai, there is a, see here, there is a one bay is shown here, on the bay it is Mumbai. Now Kochi, for this Kochi, if you see here, from the mouth of this, the upper portion of Sri Lanka, from here if you draw one straight line, so you will see here, you can mark Kochi from here straight, and you mark here on this, on the coast, Kochi. Now where is Chennai? Now from Bangalore, if you see here, slightly straight and slightly down, it is Chennai. So this way you can mark all the cities. So this is over now. Only one thing is here about the population. Population is given here. These maps you can show here, you can see here, go through this map, right. It's given here. So this is over now.